Good evening. So this is the lecture video for the third experiment. Already you have done two experiment, that is experiment number 1, that was on chip formation, and experiment number 2, that was on cutting forces. Another very important machinability characteristics or index is cutting temperature. So today's experiment is role of machining parameter on cutting temperature. So what you are going to study is the cutting velocity and feed, their effect on the chip tool interface temperature. That is what you are going to study today. Now what is the objective? Objective is to learn to measure the average chip tool interface temperature using work tool thermocouple technique and to study the effect of cutting velocity and feed on cutting temperature in turning. So as I said just now, effect of VC and S, their effect would be studied on machining temperature. Machining temperature is nothing but chip tool interface temperature. So if you look at the chip formation in orthogonal plane, I am intentionally drawing a negative rake tool. There would be heat generation over here, and there would be also heat generation at the primary shear zone. So this is the primary shear zone, and this is the chip tool interface, and here there would be at this interface a temperature would evolve, the average chip tool temperature, and that temperature is typically called as the machining temperature. So this is what we are going to measure. We are going to learn how to measure it and study the effect of VC and S on this particular temperature. So that is our task. For that, what we are going to do is that we are going to use a tool work thermocouple technique. So this is my workpiece. This is my workpiece, which is mounted between a chuck and a tailstock center. As you can see, the chuck and the workpiece is insulated. So there is a insulating material here, and here also there is a insulating material. So here we are using a leather belt on this particular side, and here we are using Teflon tape, or we are using black tape, that kind of situation, that insulation tape that we are using. This is my insert. This one is my cutting tool insert. So this is my cutting tool insert, and this is machining the job with this cutting tool insert. So once again, at the chip tool interface, it is something like this. So the chip tool interface is at high temperature. This is steel, this is tungsten carbide. These two are dissimilar material, because of which thermo EMF would be generated, and that thermo EMF would be proportional to this average chip tool interface temperature. So we have to extract that thermo EMF. The workpiece is rotating with N, the tool is gradually moving in this direction in feed. The whole tool is also insulated from the machine tool part. This insulation is given typically using mica sheets, and there is a tungsten carbide rod. This is tungsten carbide insert. This is a tungsten carbide rod which extends the cutting tool. So at this particular point there is no temperature change, even if we use it for 1 hour or 30 minutes or whatever. So this particular junction would not. So this is your tungsten carbide, this is the lead where, so possibly this is copper. So there would not be a hot junction between tungsten carbide and copper. On this side, this is rotating, this is a brass contact. Unfortunately, this brass contact is in contact with the rotating So here there is a chance of generation of pseudo thermo EMF. So these particular measurements are to be taken within 10 to 30 seconds before this pseudo EMF affects your result. So you take out one lead from this workpiece side, so one lead from workpiece side, one lead from tungsten carbide, and in between you put a system to measure the thermo EMF, and we put a millivolt meter to measure the thermo EMF E, and this thermo EMF would be proportional to the cutting temperature. So this is the measurement principle that we have implemented in our lab. So this is the machine tool. This is a NH22 lathe fitted with a variable frequency drive, so any RPM can be obtained. Work material specification: diameter is not 150 millimeter, diameter is 190 millimeter. That would be shown in the video. Work material composition is the same composition that you have used in the cutting force experiment. Other than that, as you know, it is 1060 steel. You can find out the composition. This is SPUN. Once again, whatever geometry was there in the cutting force, that the same geometry has been used. Gamma 0 is equal to 6 degree, lambda equal to 0 degree, phi equal to 75 degree, phi 1 equal to 15 degree, clearance angle both alpha 0 and alpha 0 prime are 6 degrees. So this is the composition. This is a P30 grade. So this P30 grade is nothing but tungsten carbide plus cobalt, plus there is some amount of titanium carbide and tantalum carbide. What kind of multimeter has been used, that would be shown in the video, in the demo video, not only within this PowerPoint presentation, but also I will be separately uploading a demo video. There, if you look at the video, you will get to know what is the multimeter which has been used. So what is the procedure? The procedure remains same. You measure the workpiece diameter, find out what are the feeds available. These are the feeds available. These are the speeds. To achieve that, using VC equal to pi dn by 1000, you find out what are the ends to be achieved, and using the variable frequency drive of the lathe, any rotational speed within a given range can be achieved. Conduct the experiment as per data sheet. Measure the cutting temperature using the technique that we have discussed, which is tool work thermocouple technique. So this is the data sheet. So you have to carry out the experiment at 4 different feeds when your cutting speed 100 would remain constant, and you have to carry out when your feed is 0.16 and cutting velocity is varying from 60 to 120. So the data sheet remains the same. You have to fill in these RPMs after calculating using the equation that I have shown. During measurement, you have to find out these EMF. The long video that I am going to upload in the YouTube, there all the measurements are shown. Once the measurements are undertaken, you can find out what are the cutting temperatures. For measurement, for finding out the cutting temperature, say for example, your E is 10 millivolt. In that particular case, your cutting temperature would be K times E plus ambient temperature. Ambient temperature was 28 degree. So this would be 68. My K is 68 times 10. So it would be 680 plus 28 is equal to 708 degrees centigrade. So this is the way cutting temperature can be found out. Where from you are going to get this? As I said, if you look at the demo video carefully, all the 8 measurements are given. So let us look at the video. This is not the full version of the demo video. This is an abridged version. Full version would be available in YouTube channel, and I will share the link. So this is the objective which I have already discussed. Here also it has been shown. This is the experimental condition. As you can see, both the tool geometry and the composition is given. This is the overall setup. Here dynamometer has been shown. This is the technique that has been used. I have explained that in your case as well. Here the operator is showing how the tool is insulated. So he is removing the insert, and then he is putting a fresh insert. Then on all sides of the cutting tool, as well as on the overall holder of the cutting tool, everything is being separated from the cutting tool holder by using mica sheets. Now this would be mounted on the dynamometer. So even on the dynamometer, he is putting the mica sheets, and then he is separating the cutting tool insert completely from the mica sheets. Now, as you can see here, in both the sides they are insulated. He is checking whether continuity is there. Continuity is there. The reading is, it is very low reading. Here also there is continuity, but now there should not be a continuity, and it is showing here once again the continuity is there. So all these things, now continuity should not be there, it is not there. Now also it should not be there, it is not there. Now what he is going to do is that he is going to take the measurements for actual machining. Before that, taking the measurement, he is inserting the tungsten carbide rod. Tungsten carbide rod is being inserted so that the junction between tungsten carbide rod and the copper lead wire or the alligator clip, there is no hot junction formed. This is the other point where from the output is taken from the chip, from the rotating workpiece. However, there would be a problem. You cannot measure the temperature indefinitely. The temperature reading remains stable for 30 seconds or so. He is measuring the outside diameter using a caliper, and this diameter is 190 millimeter, and using that 190 millimeter and cutting speeds, he is getting the different spindle speeds that is shown here. Now he is carrying out the experiment. I am going to show only one measurement. This is the first set of measurement, 100 meter per minute and 0.08 feed. He is setting the feed. Now he is giving the depth of cut, and it is a dry machining operation. He is engaging the feed. Chips are coming out. Once the chips are coming out, he is taking the measurement. The measurement is 7.8. It is not 1.8. It is 7.8. In this way, he has taken all the 8 measurements, and that is shown in the longer version of the video, which would be uploaded in the YouTube separately. So now what you have to do, you have to prepare a report. In this particular experiment, you have to briefly discuss the tool work thermocouple technique with a neat diagram. List other temperature measurement technique with schematics. So you have to list what are the other temperature measurement techniques in cutting with schematics. Draw variation in cutting temperature with respect to feed and cutting velocity. Already when you fill it up, you would be having effect of feed and cutting velocity, so that you have to draw, and explain nature of variation in cutting temperature with respect to cutting velocity and feed. You will see the effect of cutting velocity is more. In our experiment, cutting velocity is being doubled from 60 to 120 degree, and there would be an effect of it. Whereas for feed, it is more than doubled. It is more than doubled. It is almost 2.5 times. Despite that, the cutting temperature would not increase to that particular effect. So why is it happening? That you have to explain. Once again, in your Microsoft Teams account, in your Microsoft Teams account, these would be uploaded or shared from YouTube. There you would also have instructions for report submissions. So instructions mean what? The last date and the email where the report has to be submitted. For doing this experiment, your experiment number 1, I gave you a time of 4.5 hours. For experiment number 2, the analysis portion was rather huge, so it was 6 hours. And this experiment, looking at observing the video, taking notes and everything, writing reports, would not be more than 3 hours. Individual reports are to be submitted. They are to be handwritten, and the graphs are to be computer generated. That means Excel kind of thing, computer drawn graphs. If you do not have that facility, you can do hand drawing, and then PDF has to be generated, and that PDF has to be submitted to a particular email account within a last date. Where from you are going to get these details? These details should be uploaded in the MS Team accounts at the appropriate time. Thank you so much for your attention. So please submit the report when the time comes. Thanks a lot.